On May 25, 1961, President John F. Kennedy announced the audacious goal of landing a man on the moon before the decade's end. This declaration was a direct response to Soviet space dominance, following Yuri Gagarin's historic orbit. NASA's budget surged to $5.2 billion annually, mobilizing 400,000 workers. Kennedy's speech at Rice University, "We choose to go to the moon," became a rallying cry for American technological supremacy during the Cold War. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins endured 18 months of grueling training. They practiced in centrifuges simulating 15 G-forces and rehearsed lunar walks in Arizona's volcanic fields, resembling the moon's surface. Armstrong mastered the lunar landing training vehicle, crashing it once but escaping unharmed. These simulations prepared them for unknowns, like the moon's 1/6 gravity and potential equipment failures. On July 16, 1969, the Saturn V rocket ignited at 9:32 a.m. EDT, consuming 20 tons of fuel per second. Towering at 363 feet, its 7.5 million pounds of thrust shook the ground violently, vibrating the press bleachers 3.5 miles away. The launch was so precise it hit its 120-mile Earth orbit target within 1.5 seconds of the planned time, a testament to NASA's engineering prowess. As Apollo 11 entered space, the crew witnessed Earth as a glowing blue sphere suspended in darkness, a perspective never before seen by humans. Collins later described it as a tiny, delicate jewel. This view underscored the mission's fragility. A single spacecraft flaw could strand them 240,000 miles from home. The iconic Earthrise photo, though taken earlier by Apollo 8, symbolized global unity amidst Cold War divisions. While Armstrong and Aldrin descended, Michael Collins orbited the moon alone in Columbia. For 48 minutes per orbit, he lost radio contact with Earth, the most isolated human in existence. His meticulous tracking ensured the lunar module could rendezvous post-landing. Collins later admitted fearing he'd return to Earth as a marked man if his crewmates perished, a burden unseen by the public. During descent, the Eagle's computer overloaded, flashing 1202 and 2001 alarms, unrecognized by Armstrong. Back on Earth, 26-year-old Steve Bales had seconds to confirm it was safe to proceed. The issue stemmed from radar data flooding the system, but the priority-based design, a precursor to modern OS, kept critical functions running. Armstrong took manual control with just 30 seconds of fuel remaining, avoiding a boulder field. At 4:07 p.m. EDT, the Eagle's footpads pressed into lunar soil, kicking up a plume of fine dust. Aldrin noted the surface resembled powdered graphite and crunched underfoot. The landing site was so flat, Armstrong initially struggled to judge altitude, a near disaster averted by his piloting. With only 45 seconds of fuel left, his heartbeat peaked at 150 bpm, recorded by biomedical sensors. The iconic flag planting nearly failed. The lunar regolith was so hard, Aldrin had to hammer the pole 7 inches deep. Without wind, NASA added a horizontal rod to keep the flag unfurled, creating the illusion of waving in photos. The flag's placement 27 feet from the module ensured it wouldn't topple during ascent, though it likely bleached white from solar radiation within months. Armstrong and Aldrin deployed the passive seismic experiment, detecting moonquakes, and the laser-ranging retroreflector, still used today to measure the moon's distance. The 21.5 kilograms of samples revealed the moon was once molten, with minerals 4.5 billion years old. One vial of lunar dust later sold at auction for $1.8 million, underscoring its rarity. Fearful of moon germs, the crew spent 21 days in the Lunar Receiving Lab, sealed in a vacuum chamber. President Nixon greeted them through glass. Global TV ratings broke records. 650 million viewers, 20% of humanity. The ticker tape parade drew 6 million in New York. Yet Armstrong, ever humble, insisted, "We just happened to be the ones selected to represent the team."